We are about an hour east of Los Angeles, California, Fontana, California, the exact location, and tonight's round number 2 of the American Open Wheel Racing Series Indy Car season. As we get back to it, a race that was run a couple weeks ago, unfortunately due to the wild work schedule I've been a part of, was not able to be broadcasted live, so this is part number 2 of 4 races that I get to cover, unfortunately not live, but in a rerun type edition as we welcome you to tonight, the first Triple Crown event of the season for the American Open Wheel Racing Series, the Auto Club 300, round number 2 here for the 2-mile virtual Auto Club Speedway here on iRacing. I am the captain. We welcome you in on this Sunday evening. Hopefully you have enjoyed your Christmas weekend, and for those in Canada celebrating Boxing Day, happy holidays to you also as we get ready for round number 2 again of this event, which is also round number 1 of the Triple Crown, which is 3 races, of course, which set the standings, or I should say the 3 biggest races that will set up part of the schedule here in the American Open Wheel Racing season. As we show you the race schedule, it's right here on the screen, of course. Auto Club Speedway, this was ran on the 9th, so here we are on the 16th, so we're literally, or the 26th, I should say, so we're 17 days after the race actually was ran. Here we are, and then, of course, the Gateway race, we'll have that ran later on this week before we get to the following round, which is Road America, which will be in the beginning of January. So that's the schedule we look at right now. Driver point standings entering tonight's race. Nate Hayden, coming off his first career win in the American Open Wheel Racing Series, leads by 13 over Gavin Sanders, Sam Blackwood, Stephen Larkamp, Andrew Marquez, your top 5 as we get into the points standings as of right now. But tonight it's all about 150 laps and 300 miles in this first of 3. Again, big races on the schedule, Indianapolis being the other, with Pocono. That is known as the Triple Crown, of course, of this series. So as we jump down to the grid, as the engines are about to start right now. And we will start with the starting lineup, I should say, for this race as the pace car rolls off. It is Stephen Larkamp on the pole at a 32.2 as he tied Luke Daniels, and he will start in the 2nd position. Gavin Sanders, Jim Herrick will start in row 2. Andrew Marquez, Nate Hayden, the Detroit winner, in row number 3. Sam Blackwood, Ryan Air King, row 4. Sam Fontaine, Charles Baldwin in row number 5. Dan Morera, Dylan Gonis, they will start there in row number 6. Looking at the rest of the grid, row 7. Joey Ladasor, Robert Sadler. Also Gary Godso, Isaac Morris, and Matt Telder, which Morris actually is not racing. Morris or Saar will not be racing in the event, so 16 drivers will make the grid tonight to run these 150 laps. As you see the view from the blimp, of course, our cameras tonight presented by Track Cams 4 Gourmet. You can check them out online, trackcams22.com. Of course, the official cameras of the Captain Esports Network. Check them out on Facebook, also in the iRacing forums and more. Should be a fun one as we get back to racing here on the Captain Esports Network in a more consistent time period. But right now it is Larkamp and Luke Daniels leading them to the green flag. Triple Crown race number 1 is green from Auto Club. Car's going to fan out. You're going to see a lot of drafting going on, but aerodynamics going to play a role also. You're going to see cars all over this track, as what this track can do is produce 2 and 3 wide racing, depending on how much you play with the bars and stuff, as Larkamp leads lap 1. Gavin Sanders already to the 2nd position up top. Andrew Marquez going to roll the top side and take 3rd. Already seeing the multi-groove racing here at Auto Club. With this worn-out surface, cars can go everywhere on this track. You're going to see speeds around 220 miles an hour around this track as they run about 32 seconds. Equivalent to a stock car that runs around here at roughly, well, now with the 550 package, at about 40 seconds or 41 seconds. They were up to about 37 or 38 seconds, so just to kind of compare a little bit. No push to pass, no no switching tire sets and stuff. They have one specific tire, and no push to pass here on the ovals. They're just out here running and racing. You see Luke Daniels back to the bottom of the 88 of Marquez, trying to get position there. You see Nate Hayden back here, the winner from Detroit, trying to go around Sam Blackwood also. That is for the 5th position. Look at this. Up against the wall, almost net coating it. Got to go where they ain't. And as these tires wear out, that top groove, I think, is going to become more and more the way to get around here. Racing pretty much throughout the field here. Barkamp's led every lap so far in the first 5, but that might change here. Gavin Sanders. That 10 car to the high side. Sixth gear. 200 and so miles an hour. 218 right now. A little bit of wake, so you got to get out of the gas just a little bit. The dirty air, or the turbulence as some might call it. Wow, look at that move by Luke Daniels. Going to go to second. Luke has done a great job of learning these Indy cars here in his 3rd full season now. As he jumps to the top side, not able to make a move right now. You see the 74 Blackwood up there, 4th position. Jim Herrick there to the bottom, making a move back there on Fontaine. That Wilder Graphics Mr. Radiator car. Kind of no groovy here. I'm kind of getting out of it a little bit. Of course, these cars are full of different tools and stuff that you could use out there on the track, from weight jackers to anti-roll bars and so much more. Can help your car throughout the run. As Blackwood has now moved to second. The way the draft is running here, you're going to see a lot of passing on and off. Ryan Air King in that 4 car doing a good job. Right behind him, Charles Baldwin, the 18 car. Charles, a 5150 driver. Already 10 laps complete as Blackwood going to try the high side. Blackwood actually going to get a run to the bottom here, and he's going to get the lead from Larkamp. That might be more of a teammate move right here, as Blackwood maybe going to lead this lap, and we'll see if Blackwood gives it back or maybe a fuel mileage move. And I think that answers our question right there. Blackwood leads the lap, and there goes Larkamp right on back around. An old NASCAR move, if you would. Look back here, some three-wide racing. You see Sadler in that 6 car, Herrick. Gary Gonzo also in that battle there, that a gray, blue, and orange VOR car. Thanks, sir. Hopefully you did also. Laps in, some pretty good racing so far here in what is the first season of the newly crowned American Open Wheel Racing Series. Of course, this is formerly the TI Indy Car Series. And Isaac Morse is taking it over after a little bit of some time off, did some redeveloping of the Discord page and so much more, brought some new drivers in, and here we are tonight, race number 2. Of course, they're on their break right now for the holidays, and we'll be back at Road America, and we plan to be back live with you on Thursday nights for those events. Keyword there is plan, because I planned on being there for all the events. Laps in, Larkamp continuing to lead. Now Luke Daniels up there. A lot of the 5150 guys up here fighting up here at the top. Now, one thing that is different this year on the oval side of things, there is an 80% fuel limit. And what that means is basically 80% of a normal full tank of fuel in these cars. So when you think of 80% of, was it 18.7? I believe it is on the Indy car. Or is it 18.5? It's something like that. Oh, I know who it is. I knew by Lone Wolf. That 60% of that's roughly in the range of 13 gallons or so. On fuel, it'll be somewhere 25 to 30 laps, I would believe, if I do the math correctly. As you see now, those good handling cars starting to run up to the front. Some of the not-so-good handling cars back here in the middle. Some of those cars kind of getting tight off turn 2, almost a little loose at the same time there. As you see Sadler and that 6 pop out there on Baldwin, I believe that is. Yep. And make the pass there. A couple of paint schemes I'm still getting used to here. So 11th position right now. Gary's the oval driver for the 5150 team. Of course, normally on live nights he would be with me in the booth, but we have not had a chance to collaborate this season, unfortunately, with all the issues. And said Gary's been out there doing his best and racing a little bit, as we're 19 laps in already. Clean green so far as Daniels up here trying to get the lead on the bottom. Wonder if this could be another strategy deal from the team, because you do get bonus points for leading a lap, leading the most laps, and so on and so forth. There's Luke leading a lap, and then I believe he's going to let Larkamp go on back by. He's actually going to clear Larkamp for the lead. That's more like it. kind of interesting. I say this in a joking way, obviously. Gary Godso, who obviously I've known well, does a great job up here in the booth with me, has taught me so much about Indy cars. Him and I always joke around and pick on each other about gimmicks and stuff, and he jokes with me about the NASCAR gimmicks with the stages and the substance that gets on the track instead of the PJ1 and things like that. And it's kind of funny that his team is so far in this race had lead changes in pulling NASCAR-like tactics to lead laps. Check back here on a couple of drivers. Matt Telder, 17 car. Jim Herrick in the 40. Dylan Gonis right there behind him in the 26, that's Morer in the 26, Gonis in the 27. And Joey Ladasur back here in the 23 car. All the cars only separated out by about 5 seconds, so the handling, yes, it's playing a role, but the draft has done a strong enough job keeping everybody right now in this pack. Two laps in. Hey, want to mention tonight's race is presented by Mr. Radiator Sales and Services. Of course, they're serving North American automotive and also the heavy truck industry with cooling system solutions since 1977. They sell ready-to-ship radiators, intercoolers, and AC condensers anywhere in North America. Mr. Radiator's Alexandria, Ontario, Canada location also offers in-house full-service department, radiator recores, rebuilding of intercoolers, repair, and restoration of fuel tanks, and only a few of the services offered. For a quick quote, you can contact the guy on my screen, Joey Ladasur, at 613-525-3752, or you can visit them at mrradiator.ca. Of course, proud supporter of the American Open Wheel Racing Series. Ladasur right now, unfortunately, in 16th right now, but he is just, I think, learning a lot. That's his goal pretty much this season, and this 23 car is to learn these cars some more. As he ran in the Captain Open Wheel Series, did a great job learning over there, and now as he steps up a little bit to a tougher series, we'll call it, he is doing a good job right now keeping the wheels clean on the car. Gavin Sanders kind of falling back a little bit here into the clutches of the 88 there as he battles for the 4th position there right behind Sam Blackwood. You got the 4, Ryan Eric King, doing a good job so far. Larkamp's led all the laps, or most of the laps so far tonight. Question going to be, when will we see that first round of green flag pit stops? King in the 6th position. A little heart there next to his name. Guess that means King of Hearts, maybe? Oh, caution is out. We got caution on the track. And it is for Matt Telder. Telder with a broken right front. And something tells me that we had something between teammates here. See if we can find it. Yeah, Dylan Gonis got into the side of Telder. All teammates. Oh boy. Now, the car owner of that team is, well, talking on the microphone right now. And needless to say, I will go ahead and report that both of them have talked and everything's good. Just one of those freak deals where it was a learning experience for both, or for one at least. Tough break there, bringing out caution number 1 right about lap 27. Basically, Dillon's going to get some dirty air here. Riding behind Morera. They almost touch right there. And right here, he just gets tightened up in the telder. Caution number 1 is out. And we'll let them catch the pace car. And we'll see some pit stops here. Good green flag race in there to get started here in this Auto Club 300 virtually on the Captain Esports Network. Appreciate everybody joining us tonight. If you're new and watching us tonight, hit that subscribe button. I noticed my subscribes have gone kind of down on the average. I've been sticking around the same number for a little while now, so it's kind of a bummer, but I hope I haven't reached my peak amount of viewers or subscribers of like 639, I think I'm at. Yeah, I know I'm not the most exciting person to listen to. But the good news is we'll be on the air again tomorrow night, more than likely, with another TI Truck Series race, except the finale this time from Martinsville. And then we'll have the gateway race for this series, American Open Wheel Racing Series, later on in the week. And then we'll take the rest of the week off and get ready for 2022 to kick in. Everybody in for 4 tires in fuel, including Lake Daniels, who we get to see a pit crew tonight. And easily Stephen Larkamp wins the race off pit road. Joey Ladasor actually stays out. And I think he's doing one of those, he'll just pit next time around type moves. But Joey going to lead this race. That 23 car. So again, this is race number 2. Let's Mr. Radiator getting some valued time there. Let's show the schedule again. As if you're just joining us here, this is what it looks like this season. Of course, their next time on track will be Road America, and then it will be the Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the 300-mile event. The 6th running of this event coming up here, round number 5, and then it goes to Watkins Glen, the new addition there, Milwaukee Mile, Suzuka. All right, good to know. I'm getting spam from Twitch now. Long Beach after Suzuka. Pocono, the last of the Triple Crowns. Barber Motorsports Park in Sonoma. Finishing out the schedule. Ladasor stays out here. Interesting strategy play here by the 23. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I missed it. Ladasor did come to pit road. My mistake. It will be Larkamp going to bring him to the green flag here. Single file restarts in open wheel racing. As we come to the green flag, lap number 30 here at the Auto Club Speedway, virtually on iRacing, as Larkamp brings them back to the green. After what was a pretty good start to the race here, 27 laps of green flag racing. Larkamp has done a majority of the leading so far in this race. We'll see Marquez make the pass on Blackwood there, the 74 car, losing fourth. Of course, now with the fresh tires, it's get as much as you can get here, of course, before you have to work on the handling of the car. Back there, Sam Fontaine working for the 6th position on Ryan Eric King. Gavin Sanders continuing to fight up here in the 3rd position. Blackwood running the fastest lap just now in this race at 32:20. You see this draft definitely can pull you around this track at faster speeds when you're running qualifying. As Daniels pops out trying to get the lead here on the bottom. Blackwood rolling the top here. We're going to see 3 wide off 2 almost. I think as these cars get working on their jacker and on the anti-roll bars, that's where you see the handling get better and you're going to see the pack get bigger. Not to mention as we get more into this race and these drivers get more and more comfortable out here. Your top 8 cars right now in this pack, all within a second of each other, all the way back to Gary Godso there in the 9th position right now. Going to roll the bottom line, going to slide up in front and take the lead here from Larkamp. So this might actually be the first lead change of somebody not doing an old switcheroo, I think. I say that as Larkamp goes back to the bottom and takes the lead back. Remind you, of course, we have partnered up with the Celiac Disease Foundation to raise money for the celiac illness, which is a disease that affects the autoimmune system of people that pretty much reject gluten. So all those people are on specific gluten-free diets and stuff because the gluten can actually attack the lower intestines of their body, and it is not a good experience. My 3-year-old daughter, of course, is someone who has to fight that each and every day. And we want to help raise money for that. So all you got to do is go to celiac.org, or you can click below in the description information on the page and click the information to go there. You can donate or check out information if you know somebody who might be fighting this, or you yourself might be. Check it out, celiac.org. So 40 laps in, and we have got a tight race up here at the front. Arriving Gavin Sanders with the Pac-Man thingamajiggy. I forget what they call those. On the right side of his name. Only I can find the Pac-Man himself in one of these cars. We found a heart. We found the Pac-Man creature. What do you know about Pac-Man? This is our ghost. Whoa, somebody elevator moved back there. Hey, Marrera, I think that is elevator on Fontaine. Fontaine's kind of riding in a safe position. I say that as he just goes 3 wide in the middle. Sadler going to take him to the top side. He's all these guys here trying to be cautious back here. Pac-Man's the only thing not blocked by the admin. That's weird. I would think out of all games, I remember playing like Solitaire and Minesweeper and stuff like that when I was in school. Or the Oregon Trail. Couldn't beat that on the floppy disk. Out front here, Sam Blackwood now fighting with Larkamp for the lead. Larkamp able to hold it on the bottom, which is pretty impressive. Here comes the top side. And look at Charles Baldwin coming with him. Gary Godso up to the 5th position right now. We're nearly a third distance already into race number 2. This American Open Wheel Indy Car Series season. One caution so far. Of course, that happened between teammates Dylan Gonis and Matt Telder a little bit ago. But look at Charles Baldwin going to go to the front on the high side. At least he's going to try to. Bottom still able to hold strong. On a normal like draft pack race, it would be the bottom lane, but with the handling that we're seeing a little bit here with the cars kind of spreading out, I'm surprised we're not seeing maybe a top groove come in a little bit that you might see at this track. I mean, you're seeing it a little bit down the straightaway, but here mid-corner. It shows that the bottom line is still the way to go right now. Starting to fall off just a little bit from the fastest laps, off about 3 or 4 tenths right now. Wonder how much fuel save we're getting out of these cars right now. Of course, they all pitted right around lap 27 with that first caution. And we're about 23 or so laps into this run, so I'm thinking we're going to see pit stops here in the next couple laps. So we check back up here on the lead. These guys continue to fight it out. I want to check on the 10th place car, Luke Daniels here, who has ran in the top 3 most of the night here at the start of the race. He's fallen back to 10th. Not sure if he's a little maybe hesitant with the racing he's been seeing up front, or if he's fallen back with the handling or something on that car. But Luke right now 10th position, about 2 seconds back from the lead. Not sure what's going on with the 98, but unfortunate for him. Here's your Detroit winner, Nate Hayden. Riding right behind his teammate Marquez, who had a top 5 run. Of course, as I mentioned, we'll get the Gateway race, which is the 3rd race of the season, done later on this week. Once I get back into a rhythm with the normal work schedule. And now that Christmas time is over, and hopefully everybody's had a wonderful Christmas weekend. Top 4 still separated out by 4 seconds, and that's it. I mean, everybody's right here in the draft still. With Blackwood as he looks at a high side here on Larkamp. At least seams definitely play a role in this race, and with these cars, the seam is basically where the track separates from every time an asphalt layer was laid down on the track. Trouble for Luke Daniels. Oh no, he's destroyed. Right front damage on the 98, so is right rear damage. Things have gone worse as Robert Sadler comes to pit road. What happened to the 98 though? Oh, contact with Sadler. Sadler makes the pass, but then drifts up in front of Luke, who had a run with the draft coming back to him. And unfortunately, contact made. That's why Robert comes to pit road. Luke, on the other hand, with a destroyed right front. We stay green. Looks like both those drivers with lengthy stays on pit road. Daniel's just now getting to his pit stall, it looks like. Gavin Sanders back here. Marquez fighting it out for fourth. So Sadler must have had a lot of damage on his rear after that contact with Luke sent him to the wall. So unfortunate break for both of those cars. No caution came out from it. But both are since 2 laps down now. As you see, Pack now starting to spread out a little bit here. With the 60-lap mark, as Marquez and Sanders continue to find it out here for the 4th position. These Indy cars, 200 and near 30 miles an hour down these straightaways, of course, with all the handling and all the air that goes on around the cars. You got to work the settings and stuff to get the car to cooperate with you in these corners. And I will tell you myself, it takes a lot of work and a lot of learning. It can be one of the funnest cars to drive on iRacing, but it can also be one of the most aggravating, as Blackwood going to drive to the lead. Of course, Auto Club Speedway going to be worked on here in the very near future, as this will become a half-mile short track in the very near future from this 2-mile oval. It is a track that, much like the new Atlanta Motor Speedway, as here come the leaders to pit road. Done a lot of research on iRacing to put together the track. The Larkamp is on pit road. Charles Baldwin, Dan Herrera, all in at lap 63. That's roughly, 36 laps from their last run. Good pit stop for those guys. It's all, Larkamp with a slower stop. .4, however, as you see, Charles Baldwin gets out ahead of Larkamp, so Steven must have slid to his pit stall. And that allows Charles to get out there ahead, and here comes Blackwood to pit road now. And he is going to bling. He's going to bring Nate Hayden with him. Ryan Eric King's going to come. Gary Gonzo. Here comes Fontaine. And it looks like Jim Herrick's going to start to lead a lap. Luke Daniels did get back on track. Unfortunately, 6 laps down. Sadler took his car behind the wall. As everyone pulls away. And now Andrew Marquez all by himself to pit road here. Jim Herrick staying out to lead another lap. Once we get everybody cycled through, I'll try to go over some pit strategy here to see what it looks like to get us to the finish of this race. Looks like when everything's said and done, it's going to be Gavin Sanders who's going to be the leader of this race. There's Gavin right there as Jim Herrick now comes to pit road in the LMC gear car. Brings the 40 car in very safely. The Indiana driver. Good stop for the 40. So there is your new leader now. Gavin Sanders. He's going to have about 0.4 of a second over Charles Baldwin. Sam Blackwood now third. Larkamp back to fourth. As we bring up the pit strategy board, as you see the stints they ran there, about 33 to 35 laps, depending on where everybody's running right now. So Herrick went 37, so obviously he was in fuel save mode. Morera 33 to 35. So if we use the number 35, and we'll use Andrew Marquez as our example here. He went 36 laps, but he went to lap 65, which means he put in at lap 29. So let's use 30. Obviously, as you take the caution out there, 30 to 65 will get you to lap 100 to lap 135. So we're looking at a 2-stop race to the finish right now of this race, and I don't see really any kind of a fuel save or something you could do, as Baldwin's going to go to the front to be able to save enough to make this a 1-stop race. So it looks like a 2-stopper straight up to the finish here. So it's a matter of track position and getting in and out of the pits as quick as you can, and that's what these two guys have done so far. As a matter of fact, the fastest in and out time on pit road this run was actually Gavin Sanders by nearly 2 seconds with a 41.6. That was pit in to pit out delta for that 10 car. So he definitely did a great job nailing that pit stop real well to get himself up here in the front as he battles with Baldwin here. Back here, Gary Gonzo under attack. Ryan Eric King slides underneath him, takes that position away. As these two will battle it out, you see Dan Morera there behind him. Our cameras tonight presented by Track Cams 4 Gourmet. You can check them out on Facebook in the admin page on iRacing and also on trackcams22.com. Of course, they have oval, road course, rallycross cameras, and more that you can enjoy. All you do is go to trackcams22.com. Again, check them out on the admin page and even on their Facebook page to see all the great camera packages they have to offer and more. They give you the pictures you're seeing tonight here outside the car and also on board the car. Well, this pack is slowly starting to come together a little bit here. as Larkamp goes by Blackwood for third, and here comes this pack coming together again. So as you see, the draft playing a big role out here. And bringing everybody back together as one. Again, one caution so far as we hit the halfway point in this virtual Auto Club 300 for the American Open Wheel Racing Series, race number 2. Of course, all the Triple Crown races, which of course are this track, Pocono and Indianapolis, are all 300-mile races. All the rest are set to 150 miles. So next week when we go to next race, when you see that broadcast of the virtual Gateway race, you'll notice the distance is nowhere near as long. But that's what makes these races so big and so prestigious to win. And look at Larkamp going back to the front. Not the best of pit stops, but he was able to work the draft and has a great handle in race car, and trying to slide himself up here to the lead. Nate Hayden there riding in the 5th position, still very impressed with this guy right here, Ryanair King, and the Apex Age Coaching number 4 car. Ryan has had his struggles every time I've been out here broadcasting, and it's good to see him running pretty well. Godso and Marquez there 7th and 8th. Amarera there in the 9th position. Sam Blackwood checks in on the stream also. Hello, Sam. Dylan Gonis back there in the 27 car. Also Fontaine in the 77. Ladisor, all these guys teammates here, running towards the 10th, 11th, and 12th positions. Check the face cam of the old winner from Detroit last race. Nate Hayden kind of flipping the throttle a little bit, downshifting. Top 5 all underneath a blanket. Then it's about 5 seconds back to another group of 5 under a blanket. But again, at least 2 more pit stops to get them to the finish of this race. as we are just past the halfway point in the event this evening. Want to mention that Mr. Radiator Sales and Service, of course, also working on heavy truck and automobile items in North America. Of course, cooling system solutions and all. They've been doing it since 1977 and more. They sell ready-to-ship radiators, intercoolers, and AC condensers anywhere in North America. Mr. Radiator's Alexandria, Ontario, Canada location also offers in-house full-service department, radiator recourse, rebuilding of intercoolers, repair and restoration of fuel tanks. There are only a few of the services offered. For a quick quote, you can contact Joey, 613-525-3752, or visit mrradiator.ca. It's a proud sponsor and supporter of the American Open Wheel Racing Series. Joey, a really cool guy to get to know and talk to. Out here learning, unfortunately, the hard way about these open wheel cars, since he is primarily used to running on dirt and stuff. But the one thing I've always said, and I've preached to him, I said, if you want to learn how to drive these cars, you got to be able to run every lap of every race. And you'll learn something every lap of every race. And so far he's done that, running in the 12th position. Up front, get a little bit wild again. As you see, Larkamp has gone to the front. Baldwin has gone to second. Sanders dropping back in line at third. Maybe a little bit of a fuel save mode. Look at Charles Baldwin go to the front now. Going to lead himself a lap if he didn't already earlier. Been a lot of lead changes in this race. It's been fantastic to be a part of. Of course, this now the fourth, or is it fifth? I think it's the fifth, actually, season that we have covered the TI Indy Car / American Open Wheel Racing Series season. Of course, we picked up at Mid-Ohio back in season 2. And ever since then, every broadcast has been here on the Captain Esports Network. Of course, Isaac Morse stepped out of the car after becoming the first back-to-back series champion last season, and took over the series from Chris Lewis and has created his own entity out of this. And here we are tonight with race number 2 of it. And we've only seen one caution so far this evening. This has easily been the best battles out here on the track. Has been up here on the top 5. Most of everybody else just kind of running single file, trying to maybe catch this pack if they can. In about 10 laps, we should see another round of pit stops. With Blackwood here, 74 car. See how bumpy and worn out this track is. He goes up to the top side, getting some clean air. Air King going to lose his spot to Marquez as Andrew tries to lead this group up there. They've been holding steady at about 5.5 seconds or so behind the leaders this whole entire time. And some fantastic green flag racing here. If you're new to the channel or if you're watching this for the first time tonight, make sure you hit that subscribe button. You can be a part of each and every broadcast that we do here on the Captain Esports Network. Of course, right now, a little bit of a dead period as we hit the holidays, and basically last night and tonight and tomorrow night going to be little catch-ups on races that, because of Christmas work and stuff, had gotten in the way. And then hopefully come... obviously Tuesday night we'll have a live broadcast for you, but as we get into 2022, we'll be back on and live almost every night. Except you're going to see some more racing out of the Captain, too. As there's a couple series that we used to broadcast that we talked to the owner and said, hey, how about you let me race this time around? And we're going to jump in and go run for it. So we'll stream those races here on the channel, but it'll be more me racing than broadcasted, but a lot of these series you will see broadcasted still on the Captain Esports Network, as Baldwin going to come to pit road along with Larkamp. So right at lap 95 here. More pit stops. Luke Daniels getting his stop, his pit crew letting him go. And, of course, leave it to Larkamp to decapitate his right front guy. But, thankfully they're invisible on this sim. Gavin Sanders and Nate Hayden back there also coming to pit road as these two roll off. Better stop there for Larkamp and Baldwin. Of course, these cars with rev limiters and pit road speed limiters, I should say. That allows them to basically just hold the throttle down, and the limit keeps them right at a certain speed on pit road. Four tires and fuel, and everybody pulls away. And Marquez on pit road, Dan Marrera, Sam Fontaine, everybody on pit road. That's a sideways entrance over there to the right. I think that's a lot of sore. Everybody, four tires and fuel and pulling away. Blackwood now in. Ryan Air King. So that leaves Gary Godso out on track right now. Gary last pitted at lap 64, so he's looking at lap 34 right now before he comes to pit road. So actually, I ended up shortening him by about 2 or 3 laps on my expected fuel window, so it looks like it's about 33 to 34 on a tank of fuel. So with that, looks like it really won't make a difference. I would see these cars maybe splitting this run in half, running to about the lap 125 mark. And coming back in as Larkamp goes purple, 32-11 just now. Once again, I don't know how he pulled this off, but Gavin Sanders with another excellent pit stop has now taken the lead for now after the pit stops. And here comes Larkamp to his outside. And this field really gets spread out now. Working on nearly 75 laps of green flag racing here with green right around the lap 30 mark, if I remember correctly. It's a little shy of 75. So as the pit stops come to an end, let's take a look at the strategy again. That time by, looks like you see 31 to 34 laps from Herrera and Godso. On that run, Jim Herrick only 29. Might be because he was out in clean air a lot. So yeah, from here you should be able to split it and just go to lap 125-ish. Of course, you could see some cars get out there and maybe stretch the tank as long as they can go. Maybe catch a yellow. Let's show you where everybody runs right now at 102 laps. It is Gavin Sanders up front, the Canadian driver. Charles Baldwin there in second. Larkamp in the third position. Your top three all within a second of each other. And it's back to Sam Blackwood in the 74 car. He runs fourth. And Nate Hayden, the Belle Isle winner, fifth position there in the 24 car. His teammate Andrew Marquez all by himself out here, running in the sixth position. And it's Ryan Air King, seventh position, also out here running by himself, about 2, maybe 3 seconds back from the sixth position. Then it's a pack of a couple cars here. Gary Godso, eighth position for him. Gary's about 10 seconds back from the lead. Along with him is Dan Barrera and Sam Fontaine. And from Fontaine, it's back about 10 seconds to Dylan Gonis in the 27. Dylan in the 11th position right now in that Wilder Graphics and Mr. Radiator car. And Mr. Radiator himself, Joey Ladasor, running 12th, battling with Herrick right now. And the lap car, Luke Daniels, the last car on track. Herrick's going to clear him for 12th, so nice job by Jim. Who has not had the best of runs this evening, but has kept the car clean. As the battle up front now continues on, Blackwood has now caught him, so is Hayden. So now a 5-car train up here at the front. Yeah, that's fine, Sam. Looks like right now 5 cars going to fight it out here, depending on what happens in this last cycle of pit stops. It's going to be coming up here in about, I would say, 20 laps or so. Larkamp up here, who's done a great job leading the most laps this evening. Of course, Baldwin, who's looking for that first career win potentially in this series. Maybe an upset, shall some call it. Of course, Sam Blackwood has done a great job and has gotten better each and every week in these cars. Sam, a winner at Long Beach in this series. Gavin Sanders, fourth position right now for him. Of course, Gavin took a very long time, finally got himself a VOR win. The Saturday night series you see on Captain Esports Network last season. And of course, Nate Hayden went out 1 for 1 with a bang after his win at Belle Isle last week. fight going on. We got some fighting back here for the 9th position going on between these two cars. Fontaine and Marrera. You got Herrick and Ladasur back here also fighting for 12th. So a couple great battles going on. But this right here is the fight potentially for the lead. Safe to say Long Beach is more than a street circuit. It's like, what's the word I should say? It's like the diamond of all street circuits, shall I say. Like the grilled cheese, it's not just a sandwich, it's like magic, so to say. Ooh, Baldwin getting tight there on that wall almost. He was trying to find a way around. Blackwood obviously good on the street circuits as we're seeing in chat. You did finish second last week, or in that last race, didn't you? As he goes for the lead here. So you know when they finally release the St. Pete circuit down the road, he'll be good there too. Blackwood doing all he can to get around him. He's got some help maybe from the 18, but Baldwin's trying to run his own line around the track here. Of course, that makes it very tricky. Toronto would be awesome. Then again, I gotta wonder if half of us would be able to handle Molson Indy. So the top 5 have settled down for all of 3 seconds, and now they're back at it again. I was going to cut away real quick and check out some of these other battles. I'm not about the front only, but this is where it is. Well, of course he can. I'm sure if you put Trois Rivières and any other Canadian circuit out there too. All right, so let's jump back here. Marrera and Fontaine, they still are fighting it out as I think they're more just single file trying to catch the next pack of cars. And I think Ladasur and Herrick are doing more of the same thing, but these guys are so far back, they're going to need probably a yellow or something to help them out down the road. As Blackwood still trying to get the lead here. We're going to do that. Might as well put the Vancouver road course on there, which of course was the airport there. Might as well go get the Burke Lakefront Airport in Cleveland and put that on there. That would be awesome, by the way. I feel like we've had this discussion like 100 times. So Larkamp holding his own down there on the bottom. Blackwood doing everything he can. Running that middle groove. Trying to use a little bit of the draft. Marina Bay. Oh boy. Now there's a track that nobody will be able to get around. I've done it in training modes on F1, but that's about it. All right, so what strategy do you pull here? Do you go with the leaders and maybe go at halfway of this run, which is around 125? Do you run this car as far as you can go, which would be another 10 laps or so after that, which would leave you about a 15-lap run to the finish, or you even try short pitting and pitting, say now, and try to undercut some of these guys. It's a 5-car race for the win right here. As Fontaine and Moreira going after each other now back here at 9th. These guys back here about 10 seconds back from the leaders. I mean, lap time wise, everybody's pretty much on top of another. I mean, everybody in the top 13 that are still on the lead lap right now all ran between a 32.78, make that a 32.72 and a 32.90. How crazy is that? Every single one of them are within that window of time, that lap. Who's going to win the first of 3 Triple Crown races? Of course, Indianapolis will be the next one. That'll be coming up, 3 weeks from now. And then the Pocono Raceway will be the third one towards the end of the season. All 3 of those will be 300-mile events. Of course, we'll call it the 6th running of the Indianapolis 300. First 5 run under the TI banner, and of course this one going to be the American Open Wheel Racing Series. Funny you say that, Mr. Blackwood. I actually made an announcement today as Gary Godso and Dan Moreira come to pit road right at 125, as I mentioned. I actually announced the 2nd season of the Indy Car Series I run that made its run during Thursday nights, but with these guys here, now I've moved it to Wednesday nights, but we're going to have a Indy Lights series, actually, a part of it. Haven't determined yet when I'm going to run it, but we'll have to see. I'm working on it. All right, here we go. Tires and fuel for these guys, and they will roll out of here. 8.3 and 8.45 second times. Let's see if that starts to cycle and brings these people to pit road. These front 2 have started to pull away from the other 3 cars a little bit, about 4 tenths, 5 tenths of a second. Larkamp's going to come to pit road. Here he comes with Baldwin. And a great actual defensive line there by Larkamp to keep Blackwood from pitting, as he mentioned in chat. You see Luke Daniels and I believe it's Latnasour leaving his pit stall. Oh, that was actually Fontaine, pardon me. More tires and fuel, and everybody pulls away. Andrew Marquez, Ryan Air King to pit road. As I mentioned, Ladasor now on pit road. I'll have to talk to Joey and Sam about their paint schemes. Like, come on, guys. I made different color schemes for everybody. The Larkamp wagon. That's funny. Gavin Sanders in with Dylan Gonis also. So 22 laps to go here. The cycle of pit stops. Softly Blackwood and Hayden right now trying to play the caution card, hoping that they get a yellow. Hold on there, 24. Look out. What's it? The tire barrels will leave a mark. If you look over on the right side of the map, you see Gavin Sanders over in turn 2 right now, getting up to speed. You see the 62 of Larkamp once again. It looks like Sanders is going to be Larkamp off pit road. I'm sure that's going to leave that crew scratching their heads on how come the 10 beats him out of pit road every time. Oh, that's not how you do it. Somebody go spinning. A lot of sore. Unfortunately, I think every one of us have done that move. Well, Blackwood's going to join right now to third. It looks like that's where he'll pick up. So Gavin Sanders back up front again. Oh, was that Hayden that spun? Sorry. They all look alike. Again, I got to talk to a lot of Sorting about paint schemes. Nate Hayden with the whoopsies off pit road. Maybe he was still doing donuts from his win last week. So everybody good to go to the finish now. Impressive, only one caution so far, and that was at lap 27. Ironically, between the 27 and 17. Sam on a good run there to the inside. Looks like Larkamp maybe lost a nose or something happened there where allowed Sam to get on by him here pretty quickly. Here with Baldwin as he runs into 5th position here, trying to keep up with the draft of these 4 cars in front of him. Picking up on Jim Herrick in the 40 car. Almost a downshift there. I'm sure he made a mistake there, and that might cost him actually. 15 laps to go. Sanders with 0.3 of a second right now over Larkamp and Blackwood, who are arguing for second. Baldwin trying to get that fishing lure out there to catch the back end of the Blackwood car and see if he can get to him. Again, the schedule for the rest of the week. Tomorrow night we'll have the the finale of the TI Truck Series season for Martinsville Speedway. That broadcast will be tomorrow night. And if everything goes well, it'll be 8 o'clock tomorrow evening. And then we'll have 2 days of a couple of things going on. And then hopefully Thursday. The goal is for next Thursday night to do the Gateway broadcast. Again, tentatively. So Larkamp has gone to the front now. Blackwood to second. And you see Baldwin is now caught up. So 4 cars within a half second of each other here. 11 laps to go. Let's review all the battles we have right now. There's these 4 right here. We got the battle right behind them, believe it or not, with Herrick and Ladasor. That's 11th and 12th. Fontaine had some issues. Also, notice now he is 13th, and I noticed he was 48 seconds on pit road, which only tells me he had a speeding penalty. And Dan Marrero right here battling with Gary Godso now. And make that Ryan Eric King also. So a couple battles out here on the track. It's amazing after, what, we're now 115 laps, or a little less than 115 laps into a green flag run here. And some 3 pit stops later, and we are still with 4 cars going for the win in one pack here. Andrew Marquez is make that 4.1 seconds back here in the 5th spot. Nate Hayden, his teammate, after going Spinaroonie on pit road, 6th position right now. And then Ryan Air King, Dan Marrero, Gary Godso, Dylan Gonish, your top 10. But right now, the fight is up here for the lead of this first Triple Crown event of the American Open Wheel Racing Series. 1 caution tonight. As Blackwood doing everything possible here to get just a good enough run. Some could say that Larkamp's leaving the bottom open a little bit on the straightaway, as Baldwin's going to go up to LA to try to make a move. But the way these cars handle, it would be very tough to make that pass. That's what you're taught in open wheel racing, to pick a line and hold it, and that's exactly what Larkamp's doing. He's not swerving and blocking, and he's just running one defensive line. That's not an easy thing to do. Gavin Sanders trying to make a move now as they swap lanes with Baldwin back there, third and fourth. Jim Herrick's back there eating a sandwich, watching. Maybe some popcorn. Looks like Baldwin maybe lost the pack there for a split second. I looked down, all of a sudden he was half second back. I don't know if he got tight there, but had to get on the gas and now is falling back from this pack of three. Oh, Blackwood thought about it right there. Six miles to go. Baldwin's back up here with the pack. Should say Marquez is actually back there catching these guys. He's out there running alone right now. Two laps to go. Baldwin was trying to cross over Sam there, not able to make the move. Off turn four, going to see the white flag. Final lap, 4 cars under a blanket going for the win. Once again, bottom line prevails, but here comes Blackwood with a run on the high side. Sanders going to go even higher. Larkamp with a chop on the nose of Blackwood. Protected for the win. Some contact. I have no clue who won this race. It says Larkamp on my screen, but I have no clue. That was wild. Let's see if I can find another camera. A little net code there between Sanders and Blackwood. Larkamp's going surfing USA through the grass. Wow. Yeah, that's not much. This is where I go to iRacing real quickly and just literally go bink, bink. That much. I want to say maybe the nose kick out there on the front wing separates the top three. That is nuts. That, well, I was joking around calling this kind of some stock car stuff, what I saw earlier going on. But yes, that's a very good comparison, Stephen. Wow. What a finish that was. All right, results of the race. Larkamp wins it and ends up being 4 1,000ths of a second. Yo! Darlington was 3 1,000ths, by the way. Or actually, it was 2 1,000ths. Sanders second. Blackwood third. Charles Baldwin fourth. Andrew Marquez fifth. Nate Hayden sixth. Gary Gonzo, Ryan Eric King, Dan Herrera, Dylan Gonis finishing 10th. Jim Herrick, Joey Ladasor, Sam Fontaine, Luke Daniels. 14th, Robert Sadler, Matt Telder, unfortunately, the last place finisher in this race, the first of the Triple Crowns. And Stephen Larkamp going to victory lane in what was a wild finish. And Larkamp's not doing any donuts. That thing's destroyed. So it tells me 0.41. It says 4 1,000ths to me. Apparently Sam Blackwood sees 7 1,000ths. Either way, it was close. Close enough you can't snap your fingers that quick. Very impressive there. So what a great race it was between everyone, and congratulations on a great race. I mean, 150 laps, 1 caution. Unfortunately, as I take my broadcaster hat on and put the team owner hat on for a second between 2 of my guys. The hell. All right, broadcaster hat back on. Caution free the rest of the way. So congratulations to everybody there in what was a fun race. And shout out to Larkamp getting himself another win. And Blackwood finishing in the 3rd position. And Gavin Sanders, once again a bridesmaid. He seems to be really good at that, unfortunately, in these broadcasts that I do. But was a fantastic race. And I'm actually going to check something out here really quickly. I know it's all somewhere. I believe that's actually Steven's first career win, as I'm looking here. That's what I was, his first win. That's what I thought. Yeah, I was going to check real quickly. Oh, great job, man. Win by Davey Allison style, 92 All-Star race. Yeah, first career win. I thought you'd maybe won before, but yeah, I'm seeing that right here is correct. So congratulations on being a first-time winner in the series. So that is awesome to see. 2 first-time winners in the first 2 races. So we'll see if we can go 3 for 3 at Gateway. So Larkamp, your winner. Sanders second. Blackwood third. Baldwin with a 4th place finish. So congratulations to those guys. And we'll, again, later this week get the Gateway broadcast done. And we'll be ready for Road America come January the 6th. And hopefully we'll be live for that and back on the air as everything calms back down work-wise and we get back to normal life again, sort of. I don't know if we'll ever be normal again, but that's a whole other story for another day. So appreciate everybody being a part of the stream. Appreciate the racers coming back and watching. That's really cool to be able to chat with you guys during the race and all that stuff and kind of share notes on what you guys were seeing and being a part of out there on the track. That was really cool. So congratulations, you guys, on a great race. And we'll come back tomorrow night with the TI Truck Series from Martinsville in their season finale for season number 5 and go from there. So with that said, enjoy the rest of your Christmas weekend. And remember, this isn't just a game. It's iRacing. See ya!